Hi there. Before we get started into SolidWorks here, you can see I have SolidWorks open on my screen. We're gonna do a few things with it, but before I do that, I just want to apologize for missing this first week of lecture after the installs. I've been suffering with some back pain and had a chance with a local surgeon to get in for a surgery last week, and decided to take him up on it. Consequently, it leaves me unable to drive for the first few days of this week, and so I appreciate your patience, and I hope these videos help us at least get off on the right foot. So I have SolidWorks open here. Hopefully you have it open on your screen as well. I'm going to open up a new, which is this white sheet of paper here. If you don't have these words exposed, we can do that very simply by hitting this black arrow so they slide out. You can slide across them and push that thumbtack in. Now you can see the written menu as well as some of these icons up top. I'm going to go ahead and hit New, which is the white sheet of paper. This is standard Windows icons. You may have this. We just have these simple icons. This is a part, an assembly, and a drawing. However, what I'd like you to do is tap Advanced down here in the lower left-hand corner, and you'll have all of these icons. These are the templates that we installed last week. If you don't have those today, don't fret. You can go ahead and use any part file, even this one. But for today, until I can get everybody installed in the same spot, any part file will do. If you have these, go ahead and click on NMU Start Part and hit OK. So you should have an empty part open. You can kind of tell that it's empty. These are minimize and maximize buttons. I'm going to go ahead and maximize that one. There's nothing in here. One of the things I want to make sure that we have is that we're all on the same page with where our icons are. And so if we were to look at this ribbon of icons up on the top, some of you may still have it there. And so what I'm going to have you do is grab one of these tabs, hold your first mouse button down on the word Features, and move your mouse. You'll start dragging this command manager around. Okay. We do want to dock it somewhere. You'll notice there are 3 panes that come up for us to dock it in. Over here on the left, up on the top, and over here on the right. Notice in order to get the blue preview of where we're going to dock it, we need to get the 4 white arrows that are on the upper left-hand corner of the command manager to be right on top of that pane. So I'm going to drag that so those 4 arrows go right on top of that pane, and I'm going to let that mouse button up. And that should let all those tabs on that command manager dock there, so we have access to all these icons. Just a little screen familiarity. We're going to do a short video here to just get you familiar with what we're looking at. And this is our command manager, which we just docked. This is our heads-up display. It mostly has to do with view, controlling what we're seeing in here in the middle. This is our drawing viewport, or our drawing area. Even though it looks flat, it is true 3D space. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes. Over here on the left, this is our feature tree. And so if you were to, this is the name of the part that we're in. As you move your mouse down through the feature tree, you'll see it actually highlights in the drawing area. There's our front plane, there's our top plane, there's our right plane. So those planes are always present whether we have a part there or not. This is how we orient ourselves in 3D space. Okay, and where all 3 planes cross is an origin. So I'm going to go back to front plane right here. I'm going to hold Control, and I'm going to click on front plane. I'm going to hold Control and click on top plane. I'm going to hold Control and click on right plane. You'll notice that where all 3 of those cross is where the origin is. Okay. While we're still in here, navigating this screen as far as viewing, you can use your middle roller button. It's the roller between your 2 mouse buttons. If you were to roll that in and out, you'll see the screen that we're looking at gets bigger or smaller. We're zooming in and out. That's kind of cool. If you hold that roller down, press it down as if it were a button, and hold it down, and move your mouse around, you should notice that you're spinning the 3D space. So those planes are actually grabbing our object and spinning it in 3D space, even though there's nothing there. Our heads-up display also helps us orient views, so you can go to this blue-faced box right here, View Orientation, and hold it down. You can see front, and it will spin it to the front. We can click it down and go to the top. We can click it down and go to isometric. That's what I'd like you to do. I'll show you that again. Click this down, slide over here and click on isometric. You should have something similar to what I do. If I click in the white space out here, those selections all go away. They are still there, but I just don't have them selected anymore. We're going to make sure we do have a couple buttons that are common for one another. And so over here under Features, I'd like you to click on Sketch and get that tab brought up. You can see all these icons probably on your own screen. We're going to add a couple custom icons here. So we'll come up under View, Toolbars, then we're going to slide all the way down to this bottom arrow. So we're going all the way down through here and hold that bottom arrow down until I get to the word Customize ... And that'll bring up this dialog box right here. So I've moved my dialog box so I can see this heads-up display and so I can see this. And I'm going to go to Commands. So I'm in Customize, Commands. I'm going to go to Dimensions and Relations. And I'm going to look for the perpendicularity symbol. You have to be careful not to get other symbols in here. It's a simple perpendicularity and it says Add Relation. If you hold your mouse on it, you can actually click that with your first mouse button and drag it. You can drag it over and set it right next to the one that you already have right here that says Display Delete. So you hold this down, drag it, and set it right next to Display Delete. So now that those should be next to each other. We're also going to go to Standard Views. So I'm going to scroll this down a little bit and go to Standard Views. Still under Customizing Commands. And right here is a blue plane with an arrow up against it that says Normal To. I'm going to drag that, and you're going to bring that up here into your heads-up display and set it down somewhere where you can access it. You know, somewhere between these two cubes is great for me, but just where you can see it. We're going to go to Sketch. A lot of commands over here, a lot of icons we aren't currently using. And we're going to add a couple. You can kind of come over here and see there's Trim and Extend on mine. This is Extend. I don't believe you have that one. So I would urge you to find the Extend. It looks like a capital T. Drag it over there, set it down. So now you have Trim and Extend both out here. You have Add Relation and you have Normal To. Those are great ones for us to make sure that we all have together. Once you have that, you can go ahead and close this out. And all those things should still be there. All right. I think that's all I'm going to do for this first video. I'm going to go ahead and then for the next video, we will open up a part. I have a sample part that I'd like you to look at with me. Pretty basic. And we'll look at together and kind of looks like this, called Part Sample. So it's on Educat. I'll post it up there for you to look at. We'll have you download it and we'll pull it up in SolidWorks together. Go ahead and look for that next video, please.